All right, so I'm going to play devil's advocate here and take Bernie Sanders' side on something. Well, not really his side, but I'm going to point out that he's probably going to shred Bloomberg. I mean, quite literally, Bloomberg is the type of candidate that Bernie Sanders has been campaigning against his entire political career. I mean, he's very rich. He does have the public eye. He was a mayor. He's got fortunes. He spends fortunes. He spends a lot of money. Now, before I get into it, there's some hyperbole that I saw here real quick. This is Fox News. Now, there are people who are going to take this title right here, and they are going to run with it and say, look at Bloomberg, he spends billions. No, he didn't. He hasn't even spent $1 billion. He spent a lot of money, $400 million, just north of $400 million, $440 million. Bloomberg's fortune shielded from voters, even as he spends billions on the 2020 campaign. Now, if you're one of those who actually cares about the news and you read past it, what do you find here? Michael Bloomberg has poured hundreds of millions of dollars. Yes, he has, not billions. But that's besides the point. I just wanted to point out that little bit of, hey, read past the headlines, people. Don't watch just the first 2 minutes of a video, because that's where all the clickbait stuff is. That's where people put the sound bites. That's where people put the photo op in the beginning, so that way idiots can look at it and be like, oh, I know the whole story, and they run with it. And meanwhile, if you'd have stayed, you would have found out the whole story. But not only that, but Bloomberg can't even come up with a comeback. Okay. President Trump had tweeted out, is corrupt Bloomberg News going to say what a pathetic debater Mini Mike is, that he doesn't respect our great farmers, or that he has violated campaign finance laws at the highest and most sinister level with payoffs all over the place, Trump said. And how did Bloomberg respond? Well, with this. Impeached president says what? What? Yeah, I said what? Impeached president says what? What? That is straight out of the playground. Grow up, man. Grow up. And Bernie Sanders is going to also be able to attack Bloomberg on the money spending. Why? Well, Bernie Sanders is going to really tout up, and mark my words, the money and free speech, and how can Bloomberg possibly have more free speech just because he has more money? Look at all the money that Bloomberg is spending to buy the election. Bloomberg bankrolls a social media army to push messages. Bloomberg has paid people online to make memes and do it that way. So all Sanders has to do is really shed the light on Bloomberg and the money and the fact that free speech and money should not be used in the same sentence. I'm on board with that part. I don't like money in politics. That's one of the more left talking points that I actually agree with. Wow, imagine that. I'm a moderate somewhere in the center that can look at both sides and pick what I believe, in my opinion, is the best of both sides and run with it. It's kind of what we used to have. You know, even though we had Democrats and Republicans, they were still moderate and they weren't like this partisan religion. But yeah, I don't see Bloomberg standing much of a chance. Not really. Not really. He is going to be attacked on his money, even though he's using his money to try to win the campaign, which is going to be more ammunition for attacking him for his money. And none of the other presidential candidates, the Democratic presidential candidates, are fans of Bloomberg either. So they're going to attack him on the money as well, and he's going to spend more money to try to, as they're going to say, buy the election, which is going to give them more ammunition to claim that he's buying the election. Yeah, I don't see Bloomberg. I'm trying to think of a good roadmap. The only roadmap I see for Bloomberg getting the nomination is this. The DNC is attracted to his money. That's all I see. They're going to attack him on his stop and frisk policies. They're going to attack him on his quotes about that. Yes, he did apologize, but, you know, I don't know. I don't see it. I just, even as I'm doing this video and I'm thinking about it in my head, I see it less and less and less. I don't see it. I don't see Bloomberg getting the nomination. Now, I can see absolutely the DNC wanting Bloomberg to get the nomination because they're attracted to his money. And more money means more free speech, evidently. But let me know what you think. Does anybody out there think that Bloomberg stands a chance? I think him staying out and waiting until Super Tuesday and trying to sweep the delegate counts on Super Tuesday, I don't think that's a smart idea. I think it's a dumb idea. I think it makes him look like he's trying to buy the election as well. But we will see what happens. The future will be our judges, won't it? I love you guys. You guys stay informed and give me your thoughts and your opinions. I love you guys. I'll catch you on the next one.